To be sunshine on at the time when you come back here, when the dry orgel will be set up and tomato soup will be playing around, etc. A few words about the history of this event. It was basically started 3 years ago through the Consulate General in Toronto, Johan Kramer, who was trying to promote green transportation, i.e. transportation as without hydro, without fossil fuels, etc., pedal one, on the basis that, of course, Holland has a lot of bikes. Anyhow, so that was organized during the month of May. Then this year, so that we have the pleasure that a few weeks ago, Queen's Park, the provincial government, declared the month of May to be Dutch Heritage Month. And that is done into perpetuity. So basically, there's no one else but all the Asiatic, because what we did not know when we received that announcement was that countries in Asia also have Asian month that during May. So we're trying to compete with 1 billion individuals from India, 1 billion individuals from China, but we're going to beat them because they do not wear orange shirts. So we're trying to combine the two events, so that the Go Green, Go Dutch, Go Bike, with a bit of recognition that this is a special month in the history of Holland. And those of you who were in Holland, you'll undoubtedly remember 1940 and 1945, where on May 10th, 1940, Holland was invaded and the war basically started for the Netherlands. And on May 5th, 1945, Holland was liberated by the Canadian troops, Polish troops, and a few other allies, but primarily Canadians. So we're trying to sort of wrap up or put in as a combine as a recognition of what the Canadians did with Go Green, Go Dutch, Go Bike. And therefore we have set up a very surprise for you and the veterans at Parkwood Hospital. And that is that the route, and William will take you through the route will take us first to the Forks of the Thames, where there will be a kind lady, Mrs. Burness, dressed in sort of traditional clothing, and she will throw bottles of water, juice and chocolate bars at you. Those are the refreshments for the trip. Then you will continue to Parkwood Hospital. You'll find that there will be a couple of leaders up front. You'll find that there will be balloons sort of strung out along the property of Parkwood Hospital, leading you into the area where this is going to be held. By special request, note, by special request, you were asked to walk, ride, crawl, fly into the building with your bikes. Because the veterans that who we're trying to surprise are the veterans who, some of them are in wheelchairs, some of them are on scooters, some of them are very dangerous. I've got to tell you a little story about them, by the way, okay? But you are permitted to ride into the building go around a very specific pillar that John de Vries will point out. John, raise your right hand. Okay. Follow John. Now John is fast, so John, slow down. Okay. You walk through the building. Then as you come out, you park your bikes and you walk back in. There will be a bucket of flowers standing ready at the entrance. Each of you will grab a couple of flowers, and when you walk into the pub area, auditorium area and so on, you will immediately go to the veterans and give them the flowers, give them a hug and a kiss. Ladies, some of these guys are still dangerous, okay? So don't go. And so that you will help, hopefully, serve the food. The food is a traditional lunch prepared here by the Dutch Club, and that is pea soup, croquettes, buns, and there will be the fla pie afterwards. But basically, this is that you are the media, the medium, this is that to show the veterans that Orange, which is the Holland, of course, is still very thankful, very grateful for what they did to us. I want to point out that these soldiers are not necessarily harmless. And I'm going to tell you a little story. I said, what do you mean top secret? He said that we are on a mission. Okay? We have been hired by the Canadian Security Services, by the Canadian Armed Forces, and by Home Security to develop a new weapon. Okay? And I said, what are you making? And I was watching that they had big shells. You know what a shell is, right? You know what a big bullet is. Okay. They had big shells, they had big bullets and so on. They were taking the gunpowder out of the shells and they were doing funny things with it. And then they said, but we need more security. I said, I've got exactly the guy you need. Mr. Patrick, Officer Patrick, Veerman, come here. So, we did a bit of bribing. And you know, the London Police Force is a very I'll let you know what they were making, okay? You know that NASA has ended its moonshots, right? No more. So they were making this a miniature. Hold on.
Too long.
And of course, has all the armature in it. But Richard, can you identify it? So for those of you who want to look at it, that's the secret
weather
weapon.
That you're all out here, all dressed up in orange. That's fantastic. First thing, the tour is a fun tour. It's not a race. We're just out enjoying our good company and cycling and our families. So I want you to make sure you ride safely, share the path with everyone else that's on the path, and no racing. On the route, most of the route is on the bicycle path along the Thames River. We do have some on-street route this year. A couple of things to be careful of. When we go under the bridge at Rideout Street's under construction. They're fixing the bridge, so it narrows down a bit. And on the way back from the Forks of the Thames out to Parkwood Hospital, we're going across the Rideout Street Bridge on the sidewalk. So we're not going against traffic on Rideout Street, we're all going across the bridge on the sidewalk. Coming out of Parkwood Hospital, as Richard said, follow the flags. Balloons, excuse me. Certainly, everyone is invited and encouraged to come to Parkwood Hospital. That's the longer route. If you have younger children and you don't want to go as far, make sure you're also invited to just take the bicycle path back to the Dutch Club for your treats. And when I say the long route is about 27 kilometers and the short route is about 20 kilometers. One thing that Julie mentioned in Parkwood Hospital, you cannot take photographs of the veterans when you're in the hospital. So make sure you turn off your cameras if you're in the hospital. Other than that, we need a Go Green, Go Dutch, Go Bike cheer.
Wanneer ik lekker even vrij ben, stap ik altijd op de fiets. Of het nou waait of dat het regent, nee dat interesseert me niets. die meid nou fietsen, zat ik er maar achterop. Want ik zit lekker zonder stress op een fietsje met de bom en op. Oh, pak toch eens de fiets, pak nog eens de fiets. Je hoeft alleen te trappen sturen, verder doe je niets. De fiets, ga toch ook eens lekker op de fiets. Want zit je op de fiets, dan zijn je zorgen zo verdwenen in het niets. Je stapt gewoon de winkel binnen en zoekt een leuk modelletje uit. Een mountainbike of een racefiets, ach dat maakt geen donder uit. Je pakt een zakje chips, een blikje fris en je gaat er lekker op uit. Oh, pak nog eens de fiets, pak nog eens de fiets. Je hoeft alleen te trappen sturen, verder doe je niets. De fiets, ga toch ook eens lekker op de fiets. Want zit je op de fiets, dan zijn je zorgen zo verdwenen in het niets. Nog eens de fiets, je hoeft alleen te trappen sturen, verder doe je niets. De fiets, ga toch ook eens lekker op de fiets. Want zit je op de fiets, dan zijn je zorgen zo verdwenen in het niets. Ja, zit je op de fiets, dan zijn je zorgen zo verdwenen in het niets.